Hermitcraft Season 10 was one of the greatest SMPs I've ever seen. Builds were amazing, story arcs were complex yet entertaining, and all in all, it was very, very polished. Except for the thing over there. The volcano. The thing that resided in the center of multiple bases. I think we can all agree it desperately deserves to get a redo. I want to see what that would have looked like. I'll be using mods like Axiom to help me turn this into a very tall, very dangerous volcano. And I'll even change up the hermit spaces to accommodate the very large structure that will soon be here. Let's do a time lapse of the heavy terrain work, and then I'll take you on a tour of what I changed around the area. Enjoy. So after about 10 hours of work, I'm finally done, and this volcano is pretty amazing, if I have to say something about it. I loved working on the terrain here. I haven't really built anything like this in a very long time, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'll just take you on a tour. Like, I'll go around the magic mountain. Oh, can you really call it a magic mountain? Well, it's a volcano now. While we're here, I'll explain what on earth happened to Skiz's section. So, I wanted, like, huge areas that got massively affected by the volcano's sudden eruptions and all that jazz. And Skiz's base is one of them. His area completely changed. Now there is a lava lake all over this place. I placed basalt spikes and, like, I use the shape tool with the Axiom. If I enter Axiom shape tool, I can just, oh, that's lava. If I press down the shape tool, I can just make something like that, and I hit enter. That's how I made these basalt spikes, or whatever you would call them. Yeah, the main inspiration for this was the basalt delta biome in the nether. That was my main inspiration for this, because I don't think using just netherrack would look good. It had to be like a black and more dark vibe that I wanted. So you'll notice that Skiz's base is still alive somehow, but the entire area around it is now, well, it's a lot more open is what I'm trying to get at. So it's a lot more open, and there's definitely some things I can improve. I didn't really change his base too much. I wasn't really that strict on insane amounts of detail. So Skiz's base is now at the edge. I feel like it's a really nice looking base, because you have this path going around this lava fall and going around the side, because back before the lava was here, there was a staircase. It's obviously not in the same place as it was, because I had to cut it and paste it up in the air and then place it back down. There was a staircase that led up into the underside. You would, like, enter under the S, but I changed it to the entrance is now here. So I think that works pretty well. So therefore I didn't have to change anything about the front of the base. So you'll probably notice that there is a really nice gradient. Axiom helped me with that. You have a really nice gradient helper here, and that's how I got this array of blocks. So that pretty much sums up what happened over here. Impulse's Cyber City was kind of affected. You can see the outer wall was destroyed over here. It's broken off, and the like charred ashes of the volcano are like staining the building here. And some basalts things, spikes I guess we'll call them, have showed up here. But all in all, not too much damage to Impulse's base. Not too much at all. And I wouldn't really say there's a lot of damage to Joel's base. The cherry tree is obviously dead because there's a volcano right there, obviously. But the main city itself is pretty intact, except for this part. There was a giant like shrine type building up there. It is now gone. It has crumbled away to make room for the lava, which has flowed down the volcano and has scattered along here. As you can see, whatever was here, there's an entrance into a cafe. Well, whatever was here, it's now gone. I don't know what was there to begin with, but yeah. So it's gone now. And just to light up the area, I placed some shroom lights and stuff. I really like this arch I have going on. This is really good looking. I'm really happy with how it turned out. As you can see, the lava continues to flow down all the way to the river over here. I felt like this patch between Joel's and Mumbo's base was kind of just plain. There weren't any buildings over here, so I just decided the lava should claim it. So that's why all the way down here and stuff. Now let's go on to Mumbo's base, because there's now a river. There's now a river of lava. You can see the wheat field has died. So a giant lava river has made its way down the mountain and has destroyed everything and anything in its path, including multiple buildings. The safe sign is now just FE. These shipping containers kind of broken now. This one is still intact, which is good. But now it's I wouldn't call it nice, but it's a waterfall. It's a lava fall. So that's pretty much the only form of destruction that Mumbo's base faced. This contraption up here is still intact. This main machine is still intact, which is good. So not everything faced destruction. So I guess he got off easy. I couldn't say the same for Green Space, but we'll get onto that shortly. Nothing special here. I didn't really. There's no bases between here and there, except I guess you could say Scar's base is here. But as you can see, the train leading into the tunnel is now lava. So I don't think it's a good idea for the train to go back through there. Then again, it is going into the Nether, so I guess it may be fireproof, I guess. So now we move on to the area leading up to Green's base. We have some more basalt spikes. We have this one dead tree that's still alive somehow. Hasn't burned down yet. Well, technically it's already burned down. Is it burned down or is it dead? But anyway, the path leads through it. All the other trees burned down. It's a shame, but it's a volcano. Of course, it's gonna burn down trees. And now the giant lake that was holding the fishing monuments, whatever Green called it, it's now a lava lake, and you can no longer see through the lava. So yeah. And now let's get on to Green's base. I hope you notice that there are no wheat fields. They have all burned down, and they have been replaced by lava fields. So lava has trickled down from the volcano in two different parts. As you can see, there was this waterfall which used a nice particle thing, used dispensers and powdered snow. It's now lava, which isn't as cool as the water effect, but it's still cool. The lava flowed down here, covered up his map area. It destroyed the crane, so it's now sinking into the lava and burning up. I was debating making these buildings burn down, but I mean, there's not really, at that point, the green space would just completely be gone at that point, and I wanted to keep some of it still here, so I guess it's just far enough away to where it wouldn't burn down, but I wouldn't really say it's habitable either. So the path leading to this area, the monument, the trophy room, has been blocked off. It's been caved in by deep slates, and the path has now been opened up, and the ceiling has been crumbled away, and it's now open up, and the water is now lava, obviously. So the lava has flowed down. I guess it's over here. I guess this was intact at first to allow the lava to pass through over to these areas, but I guess the intense heat finally crumbled away the ceiling and it left the lava to just pour into this area. So unfortunate, but it's a volcano. What can you do? So for the beaches, I used clay, I used some patches of light gray wool, I used an andesite, I used the gradient thing that helped me with this, also helped me with that, so that looks pretty nice. Moving on to over here, so there was 3 buildings. One of them is kinda still here. The first one was right where this lava fall was. It burned away, crumbled, fell in the lava, whatever happened to it, it's gone now. And the blue building crumbled away, the stilts holding it up fell apart, they broke apart, and the house now resides here. And it is currently on fire. So that sucks, but it's now, the back of it is now being claimed because I didn't want to have to build the back. Come on, it's a green space we're talking about. I'm not building the back. I'm not building the back for him. So I just covered it in basalt. I feel like that effect works. And still kind of intact. It's kind of burning up. I didn't really do anything to the inside. So the greenhouse, the green section, most of it has burned away. Most of it has collapsed, but some of it, the stilts are somehow still holding this part up, but it is sort of melting away. And I tried to do that effect with orange stained glass pane. So now there is a lava lake, small pond from the lava river lake kind of area that's up here, poured down from the volcano center, and is now residing in a small pond over here with some campfires to simulate smoke. I've scattered those in other places. Yeah, I think this effect works really well. I wanted to keep one building up at least, because at that point I'm just removing the base and I want to keep some of the base like I was talking about over here. I want to keep some of it, so that's why this is still here and that building's still there, but the middle one is gone. As we move on around the edge over here, the skull, the nice looking skull, is now volcanoified. There's now lava in the eyes and nose, and there is, like, I put resin blocks to simulate flowing lava down, but it's not actual lava. This is actual lava, and it is flowing down. It claimed this small creek, I guess you could call it, and it burned away this bridge. So yeah, we're burning bridges today. And so the fighting beach, the death beach, is now clay. It is no longer sand, it's clay. At least the pirate ship is still here. So this section of Gem's base hasn't been insanely altered. This building didn't burn down at all because it wasn't really made of wood besides this section, but then again, it's not close enough to lava, and I have to keep the same thing that I did over there because that's also wood. Speaking of wood, this building, obviously, it's now open. It's burned away because it was directly touching lava, so obviously it's going to burn down. Some of it, actually half of it burned down. The rest is fine. But it's now slightly darker than usual. It's slightly charred, slightly burnt. And most of the inside is now gone. The floor is slowly catching fire. The spruce is now dark oak to simulate turning black and stuff, you know. So that kind of wraps up our tour of going around the volcano. I guess I can go up the volcano as one final bit of the tour. There's not really much up here. It is just lava and magma blocks. I put some resin. Resin was a really good addition to, like, is very close to lava. As you can see, it's very close texture while still being a block. Like, it is pretty much lava without lava, so I really like that. As you can see, it flows down 2 ends. So yeah, I think I'm really happy with how this turned out. When I first heard the idea for the volcano, I got so excited. I was picturing this, what you're seeing right now, I was picturing this. And it was so unfortunate that it never really came to be, because, I mean, who wants to spend all this time just with all this destruction? Like, there has to be room for bases and stuff. So I gave it all a theme. I turned all these bases into one cohesive wreck of blackstone and lava, and I am pretty happy with how this turned out. If you're also happy with how this build turned out, it would be very kind of you to subscribe and like the video, because that would help me a lot and let me know that what I'm doing here is really good and you like what I'm doing here, and I will continue to make things like this in the future. But before we go, I do want to show something off, and that is shaders. I am really happy with how this turned out, and it looks really good in shaders. Obviously my PC can't really handle this in a high frame rate, so that's why I didn't do the tour with shaders on. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the snails. Yep, they're alive and they're chilling on the tops of these, I guess the tops of the rocks. They're just chilling. They survived, don't worry. So let's get one last look of this base in shaders. I guess the gradient really helps the lava glow pop. It really looks like it's glowing now. So that's what I'm really happy about. I hope you enjoyed the video. I spent a total of 10 hours working on this, and I hope you enjoyed the time lapse and all that, and I will see you in a future video, wherever that may be, whenever that may be. So I'll see you all later.